all pissed off at Stormy, and everybody was looking. And I know she got some of the liquid courage comment, but I don't know Tisha. When I mean by no, I haven't watched it long enough to know it did give liquid courage. Now I don't know. You could tell me, Erica, this is a history, but even when she's playing when she talked to her own husband, people use this nice Tisha. So people are used to that. They're gonna say that what you're doing is liquid courage because you have not shown this side of you. You just turned up at this lady's birthday party. So that's what I'm feeling. I feel like she thought that she was taking up for Stormy. The Stormy ended up leaving. It was just her conversation. Because if you looked at it, Stormy was kind of telling her, calm down. You're doing too much. And she wasn't telling Stormy anything.
But whose birthday is it?
Nell's.
Oh, because I was wondering, like, why are we saying happy birthday? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was
Erica's birthday. I was like, we not.
No. It was. I'm just going to the theme of the show because it was like the birthday party thing. Oh. But yeah, I'm doing my other one. I'm creating it behind the scenes. But yes, yes, Nell was kind of talking to her kind of crazy. Am I the only one that saw that? How she was, to me, she more for Stormy. She's close to Stormy. Am I wrong, ladies? Is she closer to Stormy than she is Tisha? Or am I missing that?
I don't know.
I think, well, from the way I viewed it, I don't think she was so much as taking into. Okay, so last week, Tisha called her feisty. For some reason, she seemed to be like really offended by that, which was like, feisty ain't really that deep, but she was like, well, what do you mean? What are you saying? Da, 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 da. And so then, so I'm not really even sure the basis of her argument really with Nell. And then later she said, oh, well, you made this comment. I thought it was in the media or something where you called me the mentee. So really, that's why, so the comments she's making towards Nell and Melody, I don't know. I mean, honestly, she just seemed drunk. So did some of it, other than Stormy, everything else kind of seemed like, what is you talking about? Where is this coming from? So the whole Nell conversation, I think she was upset that she called her a mentee. I didn't really see if Nell was necessarily standing up for Stormy as she was like, I thought we were good. Why are we beefing?
No, before that, she told her to stop and calm down. You're doing a lot. When her and Stormy was going back and forth, in the midst of them yelling at each other, she started talking to him. Oh, before we even finish that, I forgot to ask you the invitation. We spoke about that briefly as well. I played a little clip of them going back and forth the last season where she called her a bitch and talking about taking pill, all this kind of mess. And I said, and we all said, we would not go to an invitation where we were just trashing each other like that. And Kim Chi was just like, it's not even worth it. Make a big deal about it. You just don't go. What are your thoughts about that? I forgot that.
I agree. I mean, I think that I just wouldn't go. Maybe she could have been like, oh, that's weird. But I do think that because she was tipsy or acting tipsy or whatever, to now go to everybody in the conversation. Well, don't you think it's weird? Don't you think like that was doing too much? It's like, okay, just don't go to the party. Like you ain't got to go. Like what's the, I mean, it's a group text probably. So what's the, why are you acting like I get it? Like, the same way, like if you don't want to go, don't go to the thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think she wanted to make the point that if you want me to come and support you, you need to reach out first. But she kind of went around it kind of sideways. Like instead of snapping off, just be like, look, if you want me to start us to be cool, then we need to have a conversation. Because the last time we talked, we were beefing. Like that's really not.
Well, to me, Stormy could, okay, I'm gonna say this on that side of the coin, Erica. Stormy could not get that. When they had the discussion, what's her husband's name? Husband was talking to them when they were trying to have a conversation. Well, this is an olive branch. When your wife has the problem, it's like he's just trying to say calmly, we thought it was weird. And he just kept repeating himself, and they were just getting loud. I'm like, are they just loud naturally like that? Or, I don't know. What y'all think? Kim Cheeks, I don't know. They kind of loud to me, Stormy and her people. It's I just feel like they're doing a lot the whole time, including that wig. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to know what y'all thought about that, because the olive branch, I guess I get it, but maybe it should have been an olive branch included with the conversation. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it was an olive branch. I think it was sometimes Stormy, I guess, can be a little bit fake or whatever to me. So I do not really think it was an olive branch, because if you really wanted to, you know, it's just like, okay, whatever, come or don't come. I want people at my thing. You're like, I don't think she even cares really like that. But she doesn't want a blowout, and production probably told her to send it. So that's why I'm kind of like, we all know the game. Like, she had to probably invite you. She's trying to get filming time. So, but is it a true let's be friends? No. I think with Stormy, it's just not that deep. And I don't see, it is a little bit, you know, off. Like, I wouldn't go. But I think Stormy is to me, she's almost acting unbothered.
No,
Right?
to
'Cause it's
me,
like,
too,
you know what I'm
no,
saying? Like a little bit too
no,
much.
I don't see it as unbothered. Kimachi, what was you gonna say, Mama?
Purposely acting bothered, because
Yes.
earlier when Mel didn't invite her, she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to anything unless I get an invitation because you put me out the last times." Okay, so now you have an invitation. Oh, I can't believe you sent me an invitation. We went off on each other at the reunion. Like, bitch, we know production tells y'all to invite everybody. If you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. But I feel like we wasting 17 minutes talking about this. It's dumb. The whole scene was dumb.
Yeah, no, I meant Stormy was acting unbothered when she was like, "Oh no, she has the attitude," and it's like, okay, like everybody, we should all be over it, really.
Stormy should have said, "Bitch, don't come then."
Right?
That's what
Exactly, 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 exactly.
Would have been crying.
Agreed.
Oh, she called me a bit. Like, Tisha's never satisfied. She gonna complain. If you
Mm.
give her invitation, she upset. You don't invite her, she upset. So
No, I agree. She should just told her you ain't got to come, because going back and forth with what's the husband's name again? Going back and
Courtney,
forth
right?
with yes.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying no. I'm talking about
Or
well, yeah,
Marsau?
yeah, both of them.
Okay.
All of that going back and forth to me was, and I know they were kind of joking or whatever, but it was crazy to me going back and forth for what? It was the invitation. You said it was an olive branch, which is a weird olive branch. You said it was weird. They both should just took it for what it was. He said it was weird. They said it was an olive branch. Okay, tomato. It should have been in the conversation. It went back and forth for nothing. So anyway,
I know. End scene. Cut to commercial.
it should have been, yes.
Right.
Because I was like, why is Marsau even? But Marsau is so petty. I'm like, okay, Marsau, you just need to be quiet. You weren't even in the
And
argument.
Tisha real smoke is for her husband. She go off on everybody but him.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
All right, so I know that Nell danced on the table, the end of the party. So Chris Fletcher and Courtney and Martell, who did not come to play football with jeans on, apparently, said he was not invited to the party. Martell is real snarky. Every time I see him in a scene, like I said, mind you guys, this is like my first time really breaking it down. Every time I see Martell in the scene, it's always like an attitude with somebody. Like, oh, well, your wife didn't invite me to the party. I guess da 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 da. You pick sides. Well, and question him his manhood. I don't like how he said, "Well, what did you say when your wife told you that I wasn't invited?" Okay, so you think he's gonna confront his wife and say, "No, you better invite Martell"? First of all, that's his wife. It's her birthday, so he sleep with her in the bed, not you. So he's going to choose his wife. The fact that he questioned that is odd to me, and you wonder why you got grits and gravy on the side and no wife. Sorry, I had to say that. So, go ahead, Kimachi. What are your thoughts? The guys meeting up for football. That was a bad production move, guys. It was cold outside too. You could tell.
They was just meeting up because the camera said they had to meet up. I don't believe any of them wanted to play football, but I don't understand why anyone is still filming with Martell. He's disrespectful. He's always trying to bring somebody in the gutter with their shit just because he in the gutter with his shit. I don't understand why anybody, like, why isn't this man iced out? He was just calling your wife last week the side piece. And like, why do y'all still show up and want to, what friendship is there? Friends don't treat each other like, I just don't understand the clownery that Martell brings that everyone else just puts up with. I wouldn't even have no conversation with that man. I don't understand how he has any friends on this show.
Well, you know how Lee be calling Chris cornball Chris. Literally, to me, Martell is the older version of that. Literally,
they have to be all one and the same. Like, that's because it's no reason to be friends with this man. I don't even understand why we explaining anything. My wife says she don't want you there. That's it, period. I ain't got to explain nothing to you. And Martell, if you look at the footage, you ain't miss out on nothing. It wasn't but 10 people up in there.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Not the same as the Carlos party in DC. When was the one?
Nope. Nope.
I can't. Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Lee, you okay? I know she was. They were out and about yesterday, so she might be.
You had a good time.
Yes, she did. Erica. So, what are your thoughts about that, Mama? Because Martell was so snarky. How you talk to that man? No respect to me.
Okay. So I don't know what Martell, because there have been seasons where he was like, okay. But really, Martell, to me, Martell and Marcel are always like, well, okay. I used to just think Marcel was the jerk the whole time. Now, this season, Martell is like on some, I got a side chick, you got a side chick, everybody got a side chick. Side piece.
Exactly.
Everybody has coleslaw with their meal. He wants to make sure, because they've been riding him all these years for having an outside baby. He seems like he's almost doing a little dance every time he tells somebody that they. Oh, so you the side piece. He the side piece. If you still married, they the side piece. So he's so busy trying to because he crashed and burned with Tasha K and the bloggers or whatever. I feel like he's just trying to get out everybody's dirty laundry.
He brought up to the blogger interview.
Exactly, the blogger. So ever since he's looking like a fool, he wants everybody else to look crazy as well, because they just been riding him for so many years about that extra baby. So yeah,
I was just extra
like,
baby.
Why did you the baby on the side? I don't know what you call it, but
oh my God, Jesus.
But yeah, I was like, what do you mean? What did I tell her? I told her, I would be like, I told her it's your birthday. You gonna have whoever you want at your party. Like, it was just a stupid comment to make. Like, oh, so he's supposed to dictate to her who's gonna be at her birthday party? Like, that didn't even. So I agree with Kiss My Cheek. It just looks produced. Like, okay, whatever. They're just here to see if Martell is gonna go to the next function. Really.
Shout out to Corey on Instagram. If y'all know who Corey is, that's our famous copy and paste from Red to Love in the chat. What's going on? I see a few cast members from different shows in the chat. What's going on? Hey Diamond. Hey Randall. What's going on, Melissa? Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
So yeah, that's a really good point. I just think that Martell takes up a lot of the show, and it just always seems like when he come on the scene, people just don't want to really.
And it's redundant. It's
be bothered with him or something.
You a side chick. Your wife.
It's very.
He sounds like a hater.
It's very like.
I don't say it, but I know it. Like, it's the same.
It's very frat boy like. I always get the vibe like, are we in college? Like, what are you talking about? So it just seems almost, I want to say, immature. Like, he just seems goofy so far.
It's very immature and it's tiring.
Well, let's we finna move on to Tisha doesn't want to work on a project together with Kimmy because the statement that she made that if we weren't family, we were not be friends. Baby, when I heard that, I said, let me get my notes together because excuse me,
it's
what?
Time to say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Kimmy Cheese, go ahead. Come on, start it off, baby. Come on.
When Kimmy said that to Tisha, she meant that shit, and Tisha has never let it go. She said that about 2-3 reunions ago. And Tisha has not let that go. And that shows me a lot about Tisha. She's a holder honor where we could be friends and we could, kiki and we could have a great time. But as soon as an ant hit, she remembers everything from 30 years ago and she bringing all that shit back up. I don't like that about Tisha because Kimmy has shown you friendship since she said that. But I do agree because it's not good to mix business and family if you ain't going to be about your business. Like, if Marsau isn't going to give them, like, because you know how some people will take advantage, like, oh, well, this person is paying me more money, so I got to get to this, and Maurice will be okay. I get to Maurice next week. If he's not willing to give that same kind of service to his family, then I feel like, Kimmy, go find somebody else. But you probably know Marsau gonna do it for the cheap that you willing to pay. So you got to take, you got to give and take, and you know how it is. But that wasn't even the main part of the conversation. The way that man talks to his wife is so disrespectful. I feel bad for Tisha watching it on the TV, because Marsau ain't the kind of man you can check. That's the kind of man you just gotta leave. And it's very clear she ain't ready to leave. And I just be feeling so bad, because I'm like, he just disrespects you. He doesn't care about you. Is like, you trying to express your feelings, and all he care about is his cup of coffee. Like, he ain't got two hands and can't go push the damn button on the Keurig. I'll be so pissed off watching them two together. I can't stand Marsau. If he on the same level as that Giselle Brain, I can't stand them people on my TV screen.
Okay, damn. So first of all, Erica,
Okay.
come on, Erica. I'm gonna go at the end. Let's go.
He's washing dishes, and he talking about, well, what about my coffee, sir? You don't know how to put the K cup in the machine. I'm over here washing dishes. I'll be pissed off at that.
Go ahead, Erica. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I did like about this scene, one is I think Tisha has made some growth, because usually she wouldn't say nothing. From what I recall, she would just kind of, he was just in control and telling her what to do or whatever. And so I like the fact that she stood up and was like, I don't like you, critiquing me in front of other people and, whatever. Now if you think this is the only thing you do wrong and all that other stuff, it's like, okay, slow your roll. Because, and he kind of brought it back with like, we both make mistakes or whatever, but he does come off kind of crass. And I like the way she was like, yeah, I'm enjoying my coffee. So she is, I think, slowly starting to even say things to him, except I didn't like the fact that he was just like, okay, let's just sweep it under the rug then. Like, okay, well, why are we even here? What are we doing? Like, at the end of that scene, I felt like we don't waste everybody's time. Like, why am I watching this if y'all not even gonna try to resolve it? Like, what are we doing here? So that part I didn't like, but I do like the fact, because I think that it has been an issue in earlier seasons, in that she would take out, because he was so controlling of her and stuff, she would kind of, then she want to try to boss up and get all bad with her friends, and she let him talk to her any kind of way. That's how she's been like for seasons. And this is the first time that she's finally starting to even get a little bit of her voice with him. I think in the past he was treating her so dirty, she'd just be like, okay, I can't let nobody say nothing. And that being said, back in the day, like, Kimmy was right. I would hang out with you if you weren't married to my husband's brother. No, like, it was just the truth at the time. But, since cancer, since a lot of things, Kimmy has really they both have made an effort. So I think Tisha has a good point in that if you're not going to really be on business and get the bid out and really move it, then let's not do it. Because Kimmy already said, dude, I'm going to be on your A. That's the kind of person I am. So if you take my deal, I'm going to be on your tail. And we already see it's going to be some problems coming now. So it's like, okay, just, if you're not even going to turn the bid in or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, just it's already like storyline. It looks like the preview of a storyline. I'll put it like that. So.
Well, for me, for me, I'm gonna say this for one. So when I saw Tisha and listened to you guys of the history, it makes sense of what I saw in the kitchen. It sets the scene and the tone for me. But it did seem like she had a bit of a squeaky voice, not loud, but squeaky, when it came to being in the club and when she was talking to her husband. With that being said, he really dismissed her quite often, and it's like her feelings weren't really important, to the point where he wanted to scold her because of the fact that, she got feisty or got into it, got loud, whatever it was. And it's like, you really can't do that. You're in the way she said it in front of other people, which I cannot stand. That's one of my biggest things. Do not ever, chastise me in front of other people. It's really embarrassing and demeaning to me. So with that being said, I really feel like that he does not respect her. It's going to take a little more than a squeak or leaving, as Kim Chick said. And since she's not going to leave, she's going to have to stand 10 toes down. And that's more got to be way deeper than this. Because to me, I feel like that he just, it's nothing to him. Whatever he says goes. And it's unfortunate that that's what's been portrayed to everyone. I didn't know. It's awful. And as far as the business concerned, listening to Mel when they had their conversation, and she said, because of before what happened, glad you took my advice. That story starting out wrong. That you've already had a venture that didn't do well. That you had to get advice for the second one. So a lot of these things are true from what they're saying about your business practices. I wouldn't be involved with any of you guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm just saying. Don't seem like there's a lot of positive.
Marsau has definitely been the villain, at least when I've been watching it for several seasons. I mean, really Marsau and Martell, really. And but Marsau is just very like not quite Kevin Samuels, but just very,
Talking about accountable. She's feel. I said accountable. I love how when he said it, he walked away and she called him back. First of all, who are you telling I need to be accountable for? I'm a grown woman.
Right.
That was so disrespectful. No. Just whatever. So let's move on to Stormy and Mel eating. It's so funny how they're sitting there getting their food, and she's asking why her food darker than mine. I died. I was like, what in the world? Didn't y'all order different plates? And she's talking about she had to ask the man what the food was darker for somebody with the soy sauce. I was like, girl, you are a lot. Okay. Lord. Okay. So in the conversation she did in the revealing that she really tried to drag it off a little bit. I was like, girl, just gonna tell her, ask her, oh, how you doing? And ooh, girl. And I was so happy. And it was crazy because when she said Martell was gonna be in the show, when I tell you her whole demeanor was like, oh, okay, I won't be there. Yeah, and continue. Yeah, I just want you to know, yeah, I won't be there. No problem. If he's gonna be there, I won't be. I was like, that shit had me gagging. Get my cheeks. What's your thoughts, babe? What's your thoughts, mama?
All respect to Melody. I'm very much the same way. If it's somebody that's going to be somewhere that's going to disturb my peace, I'd rather stay home where I already have peace. I don't like to be cordial. I don't like to just say hey, to be like, oh, you could just say hi. No, I don't have to say anything. I could stay at home. I'm very, very much like that. It's a short list of people that it's maybe 2 people like that I just don't want to be around in this entire world. So I agree with Melody. I don't want to control your function. You want to have Martell model. That's great. I hope it's successful, but I'm not going to be there to see it.
Erica, your thoughts?
I'm not a Mellow meter, but I loved Mel this episode because I felt like anytime anybody was doing it, she was kind of calm, cool. I like her going back to the short haircut. Like I'm liking all the things. I didn't like the wet hair look in the confessional. I love that purple dress. I didn't really like that wet hair or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Agree.
But I will say I like the way she handled it. It wasn't like, oh, are you taking sides? Oh, yeah. What made you ask him to be a model? He ain't, isn't she didn't ask no questions. It's your business, it's your function. Good luck, good God bless. I'm trying to keep my peace. So, and I think there have been times in the past where I don't know if she would necessarily have gone, but to me, if you get to the point where you're calling the police, you're getting people arrested, you're trying to get restraining orders, then you look crazy showing up to places that you know they're going to be at anyway. So I think the way she handled it, I thought it was real smooth because she and Stormy were cool and they fell out and now they're kind of, she's trying to rebuild with everybody, I assume, so she can keep filming. So I was like, okay, this what you got to do to get some airtime. If Martell's gonna be there, because that's the thing. Martell is gonna try to, come up with his greasy chest, trying to speak and stuff. No, who has time for that? So he is absolutely right. Don't go. Don't cause the same way people. Because to me, I like the idea that because she had said this maybe on the trip maybe 2 seasons ago or something. She was like, stop inviting us like we still together because we not together. So she is already starting to try to lay her boundaries with people like, if he coming, I ain't coming. If I'm coming, I expect him not to be there. So I like that she's, following through. So I actually like that scene.
Look, the thing about it, let's get to the dad bod that he brought up, that he said that he need to work out. That whole awkward working out scene with Latricia, whatever, all of that innuendo they were trying to make a point about. What was going on with that? Because he's trying to make, first of all, who was that he said that was getting all the ladies for the party and he's gonna get you? Who was he talking about?
Talking about Marsau.
Whatever
job
disrespectful
had a while ago.
Yes.
He's hinting that Marsau used to screw all the ladies at the job for some, he just throwing his shots out. He throwing his hints. So Marsau and Tisha could rile up and he's just building future storylines. But
Martell like her. He act like a little schoolboy trying to impress her. Look at her body up and down. He like her. To me, I feel like he's trying to impress her or something like that. He's an ass, I will say that. But he acting like a peacock trying to show his feathers. He really wants to impress us some kind of way. I don't know what it is. Go ahead, get my cheeks. What are you gonna say?
I didn't get that he liked her. I think they might have did something in the past because this whole, we know each other now. All of that. I picked that up.
Kiss my cheek. That scene was so confusing, and I wasn't going to watch it more than once. But when he was saying, "Oh, Chris was," this what made me think about what Kamisha's saying. I didn't think that at first, but then when he kept saying, well, oh yeah, he would have got with you. Are you the kind of girl who, if somebody looks at you, you hit him or box him or something? Yes. He was kind of low-key flirting. And then when he said, oh, Chris was, this is the part I didn't really understand. He was like, oh, Chris was going to introduce me. And Chris said something. And then she was like, well, what was said? And then he couldn't say what was said.
Come on, Erica. Act like a little boy. Act like a little boy like a girl.
What?
Come on, man.
I was like,
I missed all that. I must have hit that.
He was acting like yes.
Those are the points where he was kind of low-key trying to flirt or something. Because I was like, what is he saying? Was Chris trying to hook them up? Like he didn't.
Yes, he was. To me,
what he was implying.
Get my cheek. Come on. Look. Now look. I caught that. I couldn't wait to talk about this. When he said, well, Chris told me about you, and she was like, wait, smiling big. Wait, what did Chris say? Wait, I want to know now. Girl,
right, and then Martell is like, I'm going to leave it right there.
Yes. Yes.
Implying, I just said that's my cousin. We don't know what he said, but he's implying that Chris was like, she fine. I'm going to hook you up. I don't know what he was saying because Martell didn't tell it. Yep. But the way he was acting was crazy. And then another thing that when we kiss my cheeks, when we go back, that I was confused by was Martell said when he was getting there, he don't work out with women. And then Trisha or whatever said she see him at the gym with Destiny. So I was like, huh? Like, is this the only? We always say this every week.
I told you the gym is a hot spot.
The only gym, because I was like, well, don't you be working out with Destiny like you've been seen? So what is you talking about? I don't work out with women. And then I don't understand how one workout is going to get you ready for something. Like I'm confused.
Look, come on. What did he say? Oh my God.
I was like, production, what is you talking about? You at least have to work out. Like otherwise he needs to just be is it the next day? Like what is this one workout going to do?
Talking about I didn't give enough notice. I didn't get enough notice to get it. I said, okay, but you're going for one day still, bro.
Right.
I'm still confused.
He's going for one day and she's like, oh, I'm only going to change. I'm not going to train him again. How is he gonna be ready? I'm confused. Like, what did y'all do in this workout that's gonna now make him ready and not have to work out again? Like, what?
And speaking of her again, why is it that we are talking about your whole entire wedding? Not getting married, wedding, whatever, how long timeline, dating. This is a business. You are you're working out with him. You're the gym instructor, whatever. Trainer, why is it that you are telling so much of your personal
All your
business?
business.
This is a poor practice to be a businesswoman. I'm sorry.
Especially to someone who didn't know you the last time you met him. So
Right.
why?
And why do you care about it so much? Well, you know,
Right.
hey, stranger friend, hi, stranger. Girl, it's really pressing you that he don't remember you. Now, either
I
you
mean,
got it in, you
I'll
had an
let
instant
her
moment.
slide. I'll let her slide on, the only thing I will say is she was probably looking like, I know you ain't acting Hollywood up in Huntsville. That's what I was thinking. But why she keep going back to it, like, dude, we was in school or wherever together. But yeah, I don't get, like, every single person, like, you do not know these people from the way well, she's related to some of the folks, but the people
She
that she's
relates to
actually
everybody,
talking
Jesus.
to, right? The people she actually talking to, you just met. So
My
you
cousin.
need,
That's my
thank
cousin.
you. You need to be telling him, okay, straighten your back. Don't arch your back or whatever. Like, why aren't you all focusing on
They
training?
didn't talk about man gym move, not a single one.
I'm like, y'all not lunging? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, but it got to a point where I saw her. She started lifting herself. I'm like, she's just there for a personal workout. This no longer turns into a session.
I'm like, because at first he was like, oh, we're not lunging. No, we're just moving the weights across the gym.
Oh
Okay,
my
when are we going to
God.
start working out, people? When is this going to
This
turn into a
is
training session?
insane. This is
Instead of you just
insane.
gossiping about, and that's it. So
And
that's
him staring at her, and all he was doing it was staring. I'm sorry. I was watching. I rewound the scene when she was standing there. And he was asking her about, I bet you the kind of girl, whatever. He was staring at her up and down, ladies. I was like, ooh, what? I said, what happened with them two? Like, did they almost did it, but they didn't? They kind of give me that. Do you remember the story? Oh crap! Damn it, I can't remember the name of the movie where, but the forehead kiss, that movie where they was in college with Neil Long and they didn't do it. That's
Brown Sugar, I think.
Not Brown Sugar, but it reminds me of that.
Man.
Yes, yeah.
Best man,
But it reminds me of that. That's they give me that they almost did it in college or whatever and didn't do it, and now it's like, oh yeah, you remember me? Yeah. Please, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah, and
this is too much.
I
This is
mean,
too many
to me,
storylines.
and exactly, I'm like, and if you're not bringing your ex on, then okay, just file the paperwork. Like, are we gonna hear
this man on?
Oh my God!
That scene. Because you done talked about him to about 18 people.
You ain't never lying.
Everybody.
You need to see.
I mean, that man look, for all we know, that man gonna come on here and say, wait a minute, what divorce? I thought we were still together.
Right. He could just be finding out about you.
He's gonna come up there and be like, she be at home on the weekends. I thought she was driving the truck. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. I'm like, we need to see him.
She told me, wait. He probably said she told me that we were gonna do a TV show. I can't come out to the end after the reunion. You know,
bring that man to the show.
Sound country bumpkin. I don't know why I'm sounding like that, but oh my God!
Why didn't you file the paperwork to first? I mean, technically, y'all ain't even y'all married. I
don't know why I see him as like some kind of country bumpkin with some apron on the back name and somebody hidden away. She don't want you to know about her past. Let me stop. Oh my God! So why do you think that we keep hearing about it, but yet not seeing this man? What do y'all think? Waiting for the reunion, the finale? What do y'all think?
I think I think she's talking about it so much to, how should I put it? To foster our interest. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like she's brand new to the show, and they're basically, this is like giving her a peach or whatever. So I feel like, because we barely know their names really, because she's so new. So I think she has to go. I think that's why she's doing it, because it's not flowing with any conversation. Like when she just starts talking about it, and like we were saying before, like, oh, wait, when are you gonna pop the question? Like some of the questions that they're asking, like, y'all just met these people. You would not ask total strangers these questions, and you would not tell a brand new client, even when she was training Tisha, she was talking too much about her personal stuff. Like, huh? You're supposed to be teaching her how to work out. Like, whose trainer is doing this? And so I think it's to kind of make us feel like she's already in the groove. Because even when they start explaining her connections to people, I have to, like, if I had the time, I have to go back. So I'm like, wait, who's your cousin? Is it you went to school with Courtney, and then Marsau through your ex, and then your cousins with like, I feel like they just wanted to make it make it a smoother transition, other than saying she's Stormy's friend, since I think Stormy was somebody's friend, how she got on the show. So
I
think
think
it's
she said she worked
production.
with Marsau, so she knows Marsau because they used to work together, however long ago that was. So she probably know Tisha if she know Marsau, unless, like Martell said, she was one of the jump offs from the job.
Oh wow.
So I think she knows of the people in the circle, and she knows she have to bring something if she want to keep this little check that Oprah is giving her. So
Right.
I just feel like tell it all, because I want to know, why haven't y'all even thought, if you've been separated for 2 years, why haven't you even thought to get a divorce? Especially if you got this man that you love and that you want to marry one day. If I was that man, I would have a huge issue that you have to even file
100%.
the paperwork.
Well, I think
They've
that's
been together for years, right? For years, they've been together for years, dating like this.
years, I think. But I think the issue is that I think we need to see more, because part of the thing is he was telling the guys when they were at that party, he was telling Maurice and them, I think she might be making it seem like her ex is difficult or something, because that's how he presented to Maurice, like, oh, he won't sign them. And it's like, dude, ain't nothing to sign. There's nothing to sign because she hasn't filed. She hasn't even tried to serve him yet. Mm-hmm. So I don't think she might not be being as upfront with him about
what's going on over there.
Her lack of movement. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. Like, sometimes you always are like, oh, my ex is crazy or whatever. You always have the crazy ex stories. I feel like that's how
baby mama.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, because the fact of the matter is, she said to Martell, he saved me. So obviously the previous relationship was not a great one. It doesn't sound like it was. And so with that being said, why would you put that relationship that you talk so highly about in jeopardy? Because you would not take care of the legal paperwork. That is really a simple thing that when people ask you about, they're all thinking, oh my God, the paperwork's been done. He just hasn't signed it yet. Then she's like saying it all proud and loud. Oh, we haven't filed yet. Like, you sound ridiculous.
Right. And especially to total strangers. Like, what is you talking about?
Like, it doesn't, you sound crazy. Oh, we haven't filed it all. Like, you're just so proud. Like, they're like literally on your side initially saying, oh, wow, he ain't signed the paperwork, has he? And stopping y'all from getting married. That's the assumption that everybody is looking at it as, right? But the reality of it is, you haven't even started it. So he's not at fault. For all to know, he may have said, I'm waiting on her, or we're gonna do it together, or she's putting it off, or who knows. We need to hear the other side of that coin, because all we've heard is her side, and the fiance or boyfriend or whatever, no shade, I don't know what he is in an ugly position because he don't know what's happening. He just goes to the gym.
He knows.
Exactly.
You say he knows?
He has to know that that lady hasn't filed for divorce. And he's cool with it. He's like, oh, we separate. She said she ain't with him. So obviously she is separated, but I would still have an issue that nobody has filed paperwork. To me, it has to be financial. It has to be, my ex-husband got all the coins and I don't want to be cut off from this bank account because I ain't really training nobody up in this gym. So until these kids is grown, we gonna stick with these ex-husband coins and then we'll move along. I don't know. That's why I want to know the man's side of the story, because it has to be something else to this.
Sometimes, and we talked about this last week or whatever, like sometimes people don't get divorced, right? Or like, look at Kenya, she's still supposedly in her divorce. But
a mess.
I know, but I think to me, I don't see why the idea of mirroring this new guy isn't pushing her forward. That's the question. Like, okay,
Really.
usually you do kind of just be chilling because it's like, okay, we ain't together. I don't talk to him. It ain't no big deal. But once you have somebody who's like, look, I'm trying to be married, then now what's the holdup? Now what you afraid of? So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's actually some good questions. What's after that? I don't even remember. Is there?
Marcel and Mel, I think is the last part, right?
Yeah. They have the discussion back and forth. That was a kind of a mess. Go ahead, Erica. Start us off with that.
Well, so Marcel gets in there and he tries to, so, Mel is like, okay, I met with Tisha and Kimmy, Latricia and Kimmy, and, basically, I'm not going to hold him about you. You made a comment to, the press or whatever. And so Marceau was like, "Oh, you didn't like the comment?" And she's like, "No, you didn't have to say anything. I don't be saying anything when you think they don't ask me about you and your lawsuits." And I mean, look at all the lawsuits they have, like, and they getting arrested and stuff. Like, stuff happens all the time with them. So, and he tried to make it seem like, okay, they came to me, and this is, to me, was giving the same kind of frat boy vibe. So he's like, they came to me, they thought it was me, like I had to say something. And so she was really calm, cool, and collected, and was like, no, I understand they thought it was you. You could clear it up, but you could, you could clear it up, but you didn't have to make additional comments. And so then his stupid butt is like, oh, let me show you the receipt. And so, it was a text. And so then he shows her the text. And then at the bottom of his text, no, first he told her, oh, when they asked me, I said, prayers for everybody. And she was already giving him the side eye at that comment. Then when he showed her the text at the bottom of his text, he's like, well, yeah, I did say this at the end. And it was like, free Martell. And she was like, what? Like, why would you say that? And you look at me in my face saying you didn't know what was going on. So why would you make a comment like that? And so that's kind of, where we left it, with him looking like a dodo bird, like, like a fool. Like, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but I don't want my boy to be in jail. I don't know what he did to you, but I'm
Yeah, the
still
way
going to
you're
figure
right.
anyway.
But you are correct. The way he said that, the way he phrased that. What was that? Did he say my and that's a close friend or something? Is that what he
Yeah.
said? Like, it just, to
Yeah.
me, the guys on there, like, they really are for, I feel like each other is like, and that ain't nothing wrong with that to a point, but it's like, for real, free Martell. And you took a screenshot of it in reality because you knew there was probably a blogger who hit you up, and you knew there's some kind of way it was going to come back on you. So, because you knew you were right, but because you are, whatever it is, with you a male or whatever it is, I don't know, you decided you wanted to go ahead and respond and say free Martell. You knew you were being a bit shady with that. At the time, you knew you were being shady with that towards her. And I love how she stands 10 toes down, like, bro, what's the real tea? Free Martell, what? All of that? I would have questioned him as well. Like, because as she said, and I remember what stuff was going on with them. I remember what, I wasn't into the show, but I could just remember things in the news or whatever. And the fact that she's saying that I said nothing and you had the nerve to comment this and take it a step further and say, because you could have made a comment and saying a few things or whatever, but not the free Martell, though.
Wait, yeah, all he had to say was it wasn't me, it's Martell, and I don't know nothing. It was just her point.
It wasn't me. Give my cheese. What you think, mama? It wasn't me.
I'm tired of every season Melody wasting her time and energy talking to this man. Every season, Melody has to sit down and check Marsau. All you're doing is wasting your breath. This is a man that does not respect women. He does not care about what's coming out of your mouth. He doesn't respect his own damn wife, so you think he has any care or concern for you.
Wow.
And it didn't hurt. This man was in jail for 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's not like they pulled up to his house, snatched him out, dragged him across the yard, and the kids was at the front door. My daddy, my daddy. This man went up to the police station probably to start some BS of his own and was arrested for 2.5 minutes. Why is this even a topic of concern? Melody, stop talking to Marsau. It's nothing you can say to this man that's going to make him act any differently in the future. You're just wasting your breath. So I don't give a damn what Marsau was talking about. He's a clown. He's been a clown since season 1. I don't understand. And explains why Marsau and Martell are friends. They do clownery together. Melody, please stop it. I'd rather see you just move on with your life. Who cares? You arrested the man. It was warranted. Move on. Who cares what Marsau thinks? Who cares what in the media?
I don't know if I would do a whole sit down discussion with him about it. I'm talking about if it was me. If it was me, I don't think I would have done no sit down. I would have said at the party, I would have said what I had to say. Oh, you trying to be whatever. I'm saying I don't think I would have checked. I would have said my little comment and kept it pushing. It wouldn't have been as deep as them having the whole exclusive sit down conversation. You know,
every season she has a 101 with Marsau where she claims.
Are you serious?
Does it every season?
Wow.
Every season.
That's insane.
Talks to that man and it does nothing. How many times you got to check him, Mel? How many times you got to check him before you just say,
who gonna check me? Who gonna check me, bro?
I mean, the problem is Marsau has a tendency to treat other people the same way he treats Latricia,
his wife.
Right. And everybody else is like, okay, you may be talking to her like that, but you're not gonna do me like that. And so there's always something. Do it. And it's always something.
Until you bust them in the mouth, get one of your big homies.
Oh no.
Bust them in the mouth and put some hands on them.
Wait.
That talking does nothing to Marsau. How many times you gonna sit down and talk to this man?
Yeah.
It does nothing.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. That's certainly true. That's certainly true.
Jesus. Okay. Oh
it's
my
time
God.
to say bye-bye.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it seems like some seasons he says he's trying to make an effort, but it's like he's still very red pill sort of. I want to say, I'm trying to remember when he did that march or whatever. Like he's done some stuff where, yeah, but it wasn't like it was like off of some other stuff. Like and there's been a few things like he's borderline the Kevin Samuels pro, basically.
Oh wow.
And his comments about women and stuff, and he's just very very much a male chauvinist, I guess, and very much like just I don't know, caveman talking. And Mel has never stood for it, but yeah, he also hasn't really changed. He's calmed down maybe a little bit, but he's still like, he's still in the mix. So
I see.
So I agree with Kiss My Cheeks for sure. Like maybe send him a text message. You didn't have to say nothing.
I wouldn't say nothing to him because even if he did put free Martell in the media, who cares? Melody, you used to this. Half of social media on his side, half of them on your side. You should be used to it. Who cares? Whatever he got to say, you did what you had to do for your safety or whatever you did with the whatever the situation was. You did what you had to do with the law. Let it be that.
Although
regardless.
I did feel like that was the most interesting part of the episode. This episode was kind of dry for me.
Was it dry? How was it for you, Kim and Cheese?
It was better than the last one I watched, but I feel like next week is highly gonna get on my nerve.
Why you say that?
Because we still going through spring, summer, June, July, when we got these phone calls or whatever. I don't care.
Wait, phone calls about what? What were we talking about?
Because Destiny got to talk to Sonny about.
Oh,
when we got
right. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, and it would be different if this was like her ex-husband, But I don't know. I guess we didn't see enough of the relationship enough to care. Because I'm like, girl, weren't you just dating him? Like, and he was in another state. Like, it's messed up. But okay, we already had a couple
About
episodes.
Sunny. I don't care about Moses unless he is just standing there quiet. And Destiny, move on.
Destiny. Let me tell you something. It's going to be very good. I'm sorry, with Miss Sunny, because Sunny gonna have number attitude in the flyaways. It's gonna be nothing but attitude and flyaways between her and Miss Destiny. Destiny gonna have that stuff laid down with jam jail, baby. She is not gonna be playing with the girls. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I was trying
She gonna get her ego styler and she gonna get him right.
I was trying not to say it because I don't like to bring it to looks, but Destiny, you better than her. I wouldn't even give a damn. Let her have that man and you go pull another one because he obviously ain't about shit no way. Go ahead and pull you another one. You better than her.
Yeah, and he's very good looking, but when he opens that mouth,
Sunny,
I'm like,
the
brother,
thing about
don't
it, Sunny
say
isn't
nothing.
ugly. Sunny isn't ugly. I just wish they would press. She's not an ugly woman to me. She's
You
not.
need to pull that wig forward and put some of that wax on it that they do in them YouTube videos, so she don't have all that static right here. But
Oh my god.
Sunny,
Oh my God.
I'm not going to talk about your wig, but her attitude is so stank. I'm like, why are you?
It is. It
you
is.
know you were wrong, and you still got the nerve to act like, well, we in love, so it's okay.
My
Like,
man,
no,
my
just be
man,
sorry.
my man.
Right? Just apologize. You just looking very pick me ish, or pick.
Wow.
You looking very much like a pick me. So please
It's
just
the
stop.
PB-ish.
Yes,
It's the ish version.
it's the ish.
The pygmy-ish ... Like, my God.
Yes.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
please, Sunny, stop.
Lord have mercy. Okay. So I think that my niece and checked out. I think she really, really had a good time yesterday. She's probably asleep over there. But we might need to call Martell Cornball, Chris's uncle. Name him that or something. I don't know, because he's giving me that vibe. He has an attitude all of the time. It's always nasty every time I see him on the screen. Okay. First of all, I want to give a shout out to all you ladies who come to my panel every week. Erica, Kid My Cheeks TV, Lee. I really appreciate you guys coming on a Sunday on Father's Day. I am cooking. I am making some pork chops and red gravy. If you're from Louisiana, you know what red gravy is, or wherever you're from, you may know this from. But I just say that because it sounds good. But anyway, ladies, what you got going on your channel so we can get up out of here? Kim My Cheeks TV, what you got going on your channel?
Tonight I'm gonna catch up on Love Island and that Netflix show Perfect Match. Me and Ebby are gonna do Bridgerton Part 2, and tomorrow night, me and Ebby will do House of Dragons.
Miss Erica.
I am going to be doing 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. I'm doing Real Housewives of Dubai with Mod and Confessions, I think. And then I think I'm gonna do House of Dragons, actually. So yeah, those are the shows.
I'm thinking about doing House of Dragons too. I'm just haven't decided about that, but I've been thinking about it. Has it already come out already?
Tonight is the night.
Tonight is the night.
So
I can't wait.
yeah. So I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that myself, trying to do something a little different. So if I do it, I'll do it tomorrow when I get off of work. But anyway, for me, I may be doing House of Dragons. Still trying to decide on that one, but I do have some interview surprise coming up this week. New shows. We will be doing, I think, the finale of Never Ever Met, and then we will switch over to Empire in Houston, which I heard gonna be really, really good. So we'll be doing that as a panel every Saturday. We'll be switching over from that to that. So I'm excited about that show. Plus, they're from my hometown of Natchez, Louisiana. So I'm really excited about it. The matriarch from there, and of course, they're in Texas. So, and of course, we have stuff from the Mole from Netflix. A few other things coming up that I'll be doing. But anyway, and I may have some interviews coming up with different shows as well. But just keep on watching, follow all of our channels and what we're doing, and comment, like, and subscribe. And happy Father's Day again to
Happy
everybody.
Father's Day, everyone.
Please enjoy your day. Take care of your dad today.
Bye.
Buy him something
Take
to eat.
care. Yep.
Buy him something to eat or feed him something to eat or whatever. And we're gonna close out with my disclaimers. I forgot to play it anyway. The views and opinions expressed on this panel are those of this panel and are for entertainment purposes only. Do not, and I repeat, do not try this at home. And don't whine in the comments when you don't like it. We don't care.